In the previous lecture, we have discussed the fuzzy logic concepts, definitions, advantages, disadvantages, and the crisp and fuzzy sets, their various operations on fuzzy sets, and the membership functions. Today, we will discuss the different types of membership functions. So, from the different types of the membership functions, we can obtain different fuzzy sets. As the ZA proposed a series of membership functions that could be classified into two groups. So membership functions can be classified into two groups. One is known as linear, another is known as non-linear. Linear membership functions are also known as straight line functions, and non-linear membership functions are also known as curved functions. Non-linear functions basically increase the time of computation. So mostly we will use the linear membership functions into the fuzzy systems. We are having different types of membership functions in fuzzy logic system. Those are triangular membership function, singleton membership function, L function, gamma function, trapezoid function, S function, Gaussian function, pseudo exponential function, and extended trapezoid function. These are the different fuzzy logic membership functions. Now I will explain these functions, their mathematical formula and their weights one by one. The first one is the triangular function. Triangular function is defined by its lower limit a and its upper limit b and the model value m. You will see in the diagram, see the general diagram and the symmetrical fuzzy diagram. Both are having shapes just like a triangle, in which we are having the two axes, x-axis and the one is the membership axis, having the values between 0 and 1. 0 is the level value, the minimum value, and 1 is the maximum value for membership function. So we are having here in triangular function, we are having 2 points a and b. A is lower limit and b is the upper limit. And in between we are having a model value, or you can say the middle value, m. So mostly m lies between the two values a and b. We will call this bm margin, and then it is equal to m minus a. So in this, the triangular function, the membership function ax is equal to, defined as, its value lies between the value of x. If the value of x is less than or equal to a, then the membership has the value 0. If the value of x lies between a and m, then the membership function ax will be represented as the ratio of x minus a to the m minus a. And if the value x lies between m and b, then the membership function will be defined as b minus x, ratio of b minus x to the b minus m. And if the value of x is greater than b, then it is. So triangular function will be defined in these 4 values, right? 4 values में आप देखोगे कि आपकी लोअर लिमिट और अपर लिमिट की वैल्यूज पर डिपेंड करता है कि आपके मेंबरशिप की फंक्शन वैल्यू क्या हो. अगर तो आपकी x की जो वैल्यू है दैट इज लेस देन a, अगर x की वैल्यू a से कम है तो मेंबरशिप फंक्शन फॉर ट्रायंगुलर फंक्शन विल बी 0. ठीक है. और अगर आपकी वैल्यूज x की लाई करती हैं between the m and a value, then you will define membership function for triangular function as the ratio of x minus a to the m minus a. ठीक है. और अगर आपकी वैल्यूज m वैल्यू और b वैल्यू के बीच में लाई कर रही हैं, x की वैल्यूज, then you will define the membership function ax is equal to b minus x divided by b minus m. और अगर आपकी x की वैल्यूज लार्जर हैं b से, there are values of x that are more than b, beyond the maximum upper limit value, then it will be 0. So in this way, the triangular function will be defined. The next membership function is known as singleton function. Singleton means single function. So it is defined as SGX. So for fuzzy set, the singleton function will be defined that its value will be 0 if the value of x is not equal to m, and its value is 1 if the value of x is equal to m. So when a value of m will be there, the x value will be close to the value of m, then the singleton function value will be equal to 1, otherwise it is 0. So it will take the value 0 in all the universe of this course, except in the point m. So basically crisp values के लिए हम singleton function define करें, ठीक है? तो singleton function में basically हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We will define the values of singleton function as 1 if x is equal to m, otherwise it is 0. Next is L function. So L function is defined for the fuzzy sets having the parameters a and b. So the shape of this function is L, that's why it is known as L-shaped function. It has 4 values. It has 3 values that lies between point A and B. The values of x that lies between point A and B. So the function Lx, the membership function Lx, its value is equal to 1 if x lies if x has values less than or equal to a, and its value is 0 for x greater than equal to b. And when your value of x lies between the point a and b, then it is the membership function is defined for x is equal to b minus x divided by b minus a. So in this way, the L shaped membership function can be defined for 2 values a and b. Everyone clear up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next membership function is gamma function. Gamma function is defined by its lower limit a and the value for k greater than equal to 0. Now see in the waveform, we are having only one value, the one lower limit as a. Here upper limit is not there. So this function is characterized by a rapid growth that starts from a, and it will determine the rate of growth, and it has only one asymptote 1, horizontal asymptote 1. So for gamma function, we will define the membership function as value 0 if x is less than or equal to a values. So all the values that are into the lower limit between 0 and a, then it is values are zeros, and the values that lies beyond a, the values of x that lies beyond a, then it has sharp increase, sharp growth. So it can be given as a gamma function k multiplied by x minus a square divided by 1 plus k x minus a whole square. This gamma function can also be expressed in a linear way, like it can also be expressed in this waveform, in which the value of gamma is 0 for all x that lies between less than or equal to a values, and its value is 1 beyond x greater than b. Means here we will consider the upper limit and lower limit both for this gamma function, in which we are having the values a as the lower limit value and value b as the upper limit value. So now for x less than or equal to a, the gamma function value will be 0, for x greater than equal to b, the gamma function value will be 1. And when the values of x lies between a and b, then it is given as a ratio of x minus a to the b minus a. Next function is trapezoid function. It is defined by its lower limit a and its upper limit d, and the lower and upper limits of both the nucleus b and c. So now in this function, you will see that we are having 4 points a, b, c, and d. Here a is the lower limit, d is the upper limit, b and c are the in between values of the nucleus. Means the upper limit of a is b and the upper limit of c is d. And the whole functions upper limit and lower limits are a as lower limit and d as upper limit. So this kind of function will be represented by tx, and its values are for the values of x that is less than equal to a or x greater than equal to d. For both these values, the membership function is 0. Membership function value has one value if x lies between b and c. If the value of x lies between the values b and c, then the membership function value will be 1. And if the value of x lies between a and b, then the membership function will be given as the ratio of x minus a to the b minus a. And if the values of x lies between c and d, then the membership value will be given as d minus x, ratio of d minus x to the ratio of d minus c. So in this way, the trapezoid function will be defined. Clear up to this? यहाँ तक क्लियर है सभी को?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Next is S function. Now S function is described as its shape of the waveform. Now you will see in the diagram that we are having an S-shaped wave between the points A, M, and B. Now in this, we are having lower limit A, upper limit B, and the middle value M. M lies between the 2 points A and B. So we will define the middle value M as a M is equal to the average value between these 2 points. It is A plus B by 2. Now S function will be described. The values of membership function Sx will be equal to 0 if x is less than or equal to a. For all the values of x less than or equal to a, the membership function will be 0. For all the values of x that is greater than or equal to b, the membership function will be having value 1. And when x lies between the value a and m, then its membership value will be equal to 2 in brackets the ratio of x minus a to the b minus a whole square. And when x lies between the middle point m and b, so the membership function will be given as 1 minus 2 brackets the ratio of x minus b to the b minus a whole square. So in this way, the S function will be defined. Next is the Gaussian function. It is most closely resembled with the Gaussian bell. So its waveform is just like a bell-shaped waveform, having a slope in the middle value m. So for all the values of sigma greater than equal to 0, the Gaussian function will be defined, in which the exponential or the logarithmic values will be defined for this Gaussian function. So it is equal to exponential of brackets minus x minus m square divided by twice of sigma square. Sigma is here standard deviation. Next is pseudo exponential function. It is defined by its mid value m and the value that are greater than 1. So for all the values for k greater than equal to 1, it will increases, the rate of growth will be increased and the bell will be narrow. So the value for this pseudo exponential function will be given by 1 upon 1 plus k x minus m square. Next is extended trapezoid function. In extended trapezoid functions, we are having 4 values. Those 4 values are a, b, c, and d, and those are listed here. Just see the diagram. We are having the 4 values a, b, c, and d. Basically, this extended trapezoid function is used where we are having exponential, or we are having a sudden increase in values and sudden decrease in values. So you will see from this diagram that we are having sudden increase in values from point A to B and sudden decrease in values from point C to D. So the height of the waveform will be having sudden increase and sudden decrease based on these points. So basically this function is used in convex fuzzy sets in which the membership functions are defined, in which whose membership values are strictly monotonically increased, or whose membership values are strictly monotonically decreased, or whose membership values are strictly monotonically increasing and then strictly monotonically decreasing with the increasing values for the elements. So for that kind of values, we will use this function, this membership function, as extended trapezoid function. So its relation can be defined for elements x and y and z for a fuzzy set A. So membership value will be defined as mu A for y greater than or equal to minimum of mu ax, membership value of ax, and membership value of az. So they are mostly used for this kind of trapezoid functions. क्लियर है? यहाँ तक समझ आ गया सबको? हाँ जी बच्चे, क्लियर है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is about linguistic hedges, or they are also known as hedges. जैसे हम अपनी नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में यूज करते हैं कुछ टर्म्स लाइक वेरी लेस, मोर लेस, फेयर, एक्सट्रीमली लेस, extremely more. We are generally use these terms. Okay, so these terms are plotted in a membership functions. So they are known as linguistic hedges. So any linguistic hedge h may be interpreted as a unary operations h on the intervals 0 and 1. So these kind of functions will be described as ha is equal to a square with the values 0 and 1. They are mostly known as linguistic hedges, or also known as modifiers. So any hedge can modify a fuzzy set with its membership values. Like for it has the values of alpha for greater than 1 or less than 1. So the values of A, the fuzzy set A having greater than 1 values, they are known as strong modifier, and for less than 1 they are having weak modifiers. So based on these hedges, we can have different mathematical expressions and their different graphical representations. जैसे अभी आप यहाँ पर देख रहे हो, for strong modifiers and for weak modifiers, we are having two kinds of mathematical expressions of hedges here. Let us suppose we are having hedge like a little, slight, very, and extreme. So based on these, we are having certain mathematical expressions like membership value of mu AX having the power 1.3, and this is its corresponding graphical representation. So for other hedge slightly, it has the power 1.7. For very hedge, it has power 2. For extremely, it has power 3. So based on these, we are having different varying shapes of the fuzzy sets. अगर हम देखते हैं, we are having weak modifiers in which we are having more hedges, like very more or less, somewhat, these kind of words. These are known as hedges, and these are their related membership expressions. These having certain graphical representations. So in fuzzy control systems, the main aim is to express the notations of increase, decrease, and approximation. Because we are having the fuzzy values, we are not having the crisp values as 0 and 1, which have defined boundaries. So we have values which have not defined boundaries. Like we are having values which are having notations like increased, decreased, approximations. So these kind of words can be expressed using these membership functions through these linguistic hedges. So for the and S, they are used to represent linguistic labels such as having the label tall or what, and that will denote the height and the temperature of any parameter. So linguistic labels such as small and cold. And we are having other functions like the Gaussian function, trapezoid function, and triangular functions. They are used for any fuzzy set in which we will have certain defined undefined values. So the linguistic concepts are vague and their meanings are almost context dependent. For every example, we are having a different linguistic variable, and based on that, we are having membership function and their respective shape. For example, for the linguistic variable like walking, driving, traveling, so these are having different meanings. We're having a different linguistic variables such as expensive, very expensive, cheap, less expensive. So these kind of words can be expressed with their certain degree of membership functions. So for every these kind of linguistic set, we are having a varying nature of membership function. So we can define these in two methods. One method is known as direct method, and another method is known as indirect method. Indirect method to define the membership function for linguistic variables, we will use one expert that will define the values to the linguistic variables. So there is one expert that will define or assign some selected elements and the membership grade to those elements. So they will define the membership function that will complete in terms of mathematical formula. So it will define the degree of membership. What is the degree of membership of element X in universe of discourse A, and what is the degree of compatibility of element X with the universe of discourse with the linguistic variable A. So in this, the LA is the linguistic term hedge that will be represented through a fuzzy set A. So we will define through this direct method. So the most commonly used membership function for this are the triangular, trapezoid, or S-shaped functions. So direct method for one expert is like this, and direct method with multiple expert is having a number of experts that will evaluate certain membership grades on the crisp values, and then average of these will be taken. So it is according to this formula in which we will take the average values of all experts membership functions, and it will be divided with the factor n. N is the number of experts, and AI are the number of values, the membership grade values that will be calculated by different experts. Next, we are having indirect method. In this method, we are not having any guide, in which direct methods have fundamental disadvantage that they require expert to give answers, so they will have the precise answers. But indirect method doesn't have any expert that will guide. So indirect method attempts to reduce the result, but it results the impreciseness in the values of membership grades. So we will have some data that will give the membership function. We will apply different membership functions on a particular method or particular input values, and then we will calculate their grade of membership. The output will be finalized based on the best suitable answer. So this is all about the membership functions.